We haven't seen much Hildas anymore. So they're probably the high loss is there.
All right, 1-1 once more.
Again.
Marco didn't fly enough. He wanted to extend game 1.
What do they pick against the glue?
Not Uranus.
Not Uranus.
Now CC's gone. Doesn't feel like an Esmeralda-able game either.
Nope.
So
Oh, but
wait, what?
Doesn't feel like an Esmeralda-able game.
Whose shields are you stealing here? Again, the only one that really generates shields is Zushin.
It's Jushin, yeah.
What?
And the carry's there, so there's more threat.
Are they just loading up 3 out of 5 heroes for game 1 into 2? It's just like, just go.
So you definitely will not Matilda in this situation.
Maybe that's one of the reasons why. Like maybe to stop also the Matilda coming up again.
Matilda, so only allow the Tig. The Cho still gets stuff stolen away. Cho generates shields.
Oh yeah,
Cho.
even the Badam.
What about that? I don't know, Estez or Florin? Wait.
It's a little too much, Joseph.
Oh, even this.
Also shields.
He also has a shield.
Okay.
And the Joy doesn't care if the Kalia, the Lucas, or the Esmeralda get thrown in.
Oh man.
Well, and you can only force out so much from the 1-1 because it has the thorns and roses.
Oh no.
How do we feel about these lineups here? This is
It feels pretty demanding to pull off.
Yeah. Red 4 alone, it feels like Aurora were already playing the Falcons tempo.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, was Rora just put in this position where they had to go with these picks?
I'm still not over this does not look Esmeralda-able, then they proceed to pick up the Esmeralda.
Flap says, "I'll show you."
Here's the thing, even if it's not Esmeralda-able,
It's okay.
I still prefer Falcons draft.
And
Yeah.
he went with the sprint.
Oh!
He don't care, you get thrown in, he'll go deeper.
He definitely doesn't want to purify. He just want to he just want to keep going at the members.
He's just gonna go for the back line.
If it's not the flicker, it has to be the sprint. So,
Very Flap thing to do here. We're gonna jump to the land of
Welcome to
Dawn. And
Mobile
could this be
Legends.
the final game of this best of 3? It's match point right now for Team Falcons, and if they accomplish it, oh man, that's going to be bad news for Aurora on their journey to top 2 seed. So we'll see if they can even out the series and take it to a game 3 here. We take a look at these rotations once again, and Aurora has a couple purifies, so they might have to really rely on that to deal with Ogwin, and also maybe they can adjust themselves here in game 2.
yeah, by the way, it's such a nice way to end the regular season with the Sakura Naruto versus Sasuke matchup.
Hey, that's lore accurate.
Yeah, but like, Naisu will understand what that is later on.
I'm just going to go, oh!
Ejector on the Ogwin, force the flicker back, close call.
Oh, okay, but that's Ogwen. He'll just get to take his life back.
Phew, down to a 10th. Rora steamrolling it down mid.
Okay, interestingly enough, this trio mid rotation coming in from Aurora is proving to be quite effective.
Overtime, Kyle Teasing gets caught out. An assist by Renegade, throwing in their softest target. Didn't have Unleash the Beast just yet. Another one in mid. Oh, y'all made Sasuke angry.
It does seem like they are setting up the tempo, and fairly enough, in as early as the first minute or 2 of this game, even, or especially while the level 4s aren't intact just yet, for majority of the members of Team Falcons, they definitely can get away with this aggression, and it has rewarded them so well that they will be most likely having the advantage for the upcoming first objective, and that's what you do not want to see for Aurora in terms of their early game.
That's probably, you know, the best start you could hope for on a Suyo. We haven't really seen these kind of starts lately, but this is great for Demon Kite, and now Aurora, they should be able to just lock in this objective as they do, so that's also an objective in their hands. We'll see where Team Falcons adjust from this, because right now they're just kind of getting outplayed in the early game.
Dear God, they deny a small camp, even take away that orange while Flap Teasy sprinting away. A little too much heat in the jungle. 4 Falcons, Aurora pushing forward. 3 members here. Demon Kite, oh, a little cheeky, steals away that small camp once again.
They've been transitioning from securing the objective for themselves and invading Kyle TZ on this Lucas, which used to happen a lot more often for the Suyos, who came into play after the patch. But now they are clearly ahead, even one level ahead. Demon Kite is up against Kyle TZ.
Yep.
So they definitely will have to take time, considering that they also have a 1-1 in their lineup, who Demon Kite is managing pretty well since earlier. Look at just how he's able to freeze the lane!
Ogwin coming in, yeet! Throwing Kyle TZ out, the answer, unleash the beast! Goes in for the flash combo, the flicker forward, here and the Tsunami Slam! Few takes down Demon Kite, 1 kill on the board for Falcons, and the choke slam by Yue underneath the turret. Ogwin falls too. Aurora answer back with a vengeance.
I'm surprised we still saw Team Falcons go for that. I thought they were going to disengage after getting that kill, but maybe they were just forced in that situation too. So Aurora collapsed back after losing Demon Kite, but that was a whole lot thrown at Demon Kite to get that kill too. You can still see the divide here between the lanes right now for the both teams.
And the funny thing is, I guess, if it was the other way around, if Falcons were the ones who tried to set the tempo in the early stages of the game, Aurora would have the Purifies, at least for their crucial early game members, to deal with it. But Falcons, they don't have the Purifies. So now that Renergy's been overwhelming with all these ejector plays, they just keep getting things out of it, and Falcons are yet to get a trade.
Yeah, this Turtle's up, second one. Aurora controls this. Few holds on. Oh, the split again. I don't think you can do much, though. Yep.
Clean.
Whoa.
Oh.
Renergy.
And the answer, Unstoppable Force, Tsunami Slam. Both roamers just
That's a good way to handle it.
Call it quits, you know. It's like,
Yeah, they definitely are taking their time. They
So Romer
can't fight
smackdown.
back just yet.
This is not going anywhere.
You jump into me, I'll bring you back, and we'll say goodbye. That's kind of what happens here, I guess, at this point. So
Never speak of it again.
just move on. Aurora, though, holding on to a nice, good lead at this point in the game. They've also got the objectives under control. This is a lot better than what they had in the previous game. You can already see, too, the gold that they've been able to go ahead and obtain. Team Falcons, do they actually want to hold into this fight here?
Oh, Edward, a little into deep flap, easy dancing around all of them. Yue looking to get a nice slam, a yeet from Falcons. And this whole time, Demon Kite setting up this huge push in mid.
Now I am starting to see the vision of how this could have been different if it was probably not the Valentina. Like, we haven't seen yet Few being able to use the ultimates that he's been stealing just yet. Right now, he's been holding on to that blue ultimate. And again, the presence of this hero compromises the range that if they probably had earlier on or even now, then they could slightly or somehow diminish the threat of Aurora just being always so confident in going in full HP and trying to look for an engage. But it's a different scenario that we're seeing this time, because even if they do decide to go in, given that Falcons is yet to actually have the damage, they just don't feel afraid of anything.
I guess this lineup from Team Falcons also just needs a little bit more time. And like you mentioned, for Few, you know, he's mostly been holding on. I think it's always been the glue ultimate, actually, just the split. So I don't know if he'll change that up as the game goes on and they go with a different approach. But right now, it's really just kind of waiting for the itemization to fall into place.
Yeah. At least if there is a member from Aurora who tends to get in too deep, they can immediately look for a punish.
Oh, Tsunami Slam here by Ogwin. He secures the turtle. Down he goes. Yue gets the kill, the trade. Super Marco takes down the Hitman. And look at this, Edward jumping onto one. Over, but Few finishes him off with his own ult. And another one from Yue. In comes Few. Dealing a lot of damage. Demon Kite here. Face full of flap daisy. 3 for 3. The carnage. The violence in Rora's jungle. And in comes Demon Kite. Can they finish the job here? Yue looking to yeet these members of Falcons left. Oh, Super Marco dashing away, moonwalk.
Okay, well, I'm surprised. I love it. I'm still surprised that, again, Team Falcons was able to get what they could out of that fight. And hey, we got to see how Few exactly used everything from the glue.
Yeah, the grab. It wasn't used not until the team fight went past, like, or went more than like a few seconds, but it was then that it was the perfect time for him to actually use it. So if it does so happen that Team Falcons is able to repeat that exact same sequence in terms of the team fights, wherein even for just a moment, flapTZ able to actually zone out Kite, and then them working on whoever gets to dive in deep. Super Marco also casting the crossbow of Tang earlier. Then this could somehow turn out better for Team Falcons, especially considering that they do have some ways to reach key targets in the back lines. Even few can do that.
Left easy man-to-man defense against Demon Kite. Again, this is DK for the first time in the series, playing the map. You see the audacity on Ogwin, just concealed playing in the face of Aurora.
Yeah.
What were they planning?
I guess it's just, you know, sometimes maybe it's a little fake out. Maybe they do pull the trigger sometimes, but
Made you flinch.
yeah, right now hey, they don't care if they're down. They want to go for this purple buff steal.
Oh, flapTZ.
Grab that purple, flapTZ. Oh, just squished like a bug. Taken down like that. Ogwin displacing Kite, but there's no follow-up. 2 free kills for Aurora. Falcons cannot contest.
See, like, what was the idea there? Was that, I mean, like, let's just take the purple even though we're down like this?
It was so unfortunate because even though he wanted to burst it down so the wall would open up and he could get away.
Yeah.
He got bursted.
They weren't even successful.
He got
DK
trapped.
still kept it.
Oh.
Sounds of frustration from Brigada.
I do this sometimes in ranked games, but again, what's on the line? A star, right? I can just play again, but these guys are playing at the tippity top cream of the crop. Pro-level plays.
Yeah. It's just, right now it's not going to look very good for Team Falcons as Aurora has ballooned the gold lead.
Dear God.
And I'm surprised Kite got to this, you know, this quick of a power spike on the carry already. That's just how the game has gone. So they'll work with the Lord here. It takes out the tier 2 up top. They work their way through the middle. They're going to be trying to get these holy shields down too. And yeah, it just seems like Team Falcons is on their backs are against the wall here. This might be a rather quick game for Aurora if they can win this.
Yeah, the threat of the setups from Ogwin, we don't feel it at all.
Renegde's got the flicker.
Seal. And they're playing with range here, forcing that push. Top lane has fallen. Falling Star Moon here by flapTZ. Tsunami Slam, no one home. Purified by Yue. Look at this, unleash the beast underneath tier 1 in mid, tier 3 that is. Renegade gets the immortality pop, down goes flapTZ. In comes the giant QB. flapTZ is mad, serving up a kill to few.
Kyle TZ bringing Renegade under that turret. It was something that Team Falcons was clearly able to maximize, because even if the damage was not enough and Renegade was able to flicker out under the turret, there was few with the flicker to provide the follow-up. And there was also Super Marco, who was able to look for the stacks onto Edward, as you can see here in this instant replay. So he was able to fly over the rest of the members of Aurora, threatening them and forcing them to move back.
Yeah, and with that, Team Falcons might have got some kills out of that, but we always have to take a look at what exactly the big picture here is. They've got no turrets. They're still down 6,000 gold. They still have a ton of ground to cover to get back in this game, which is still, it's kind of impressive that they're actually able to go ahead and win some of these fights in a way. But again, they're defending in their base, and it's up to Aurora to continue to put the pressure here on this pace and the momentum that they have. So part of it too is just Aurora has control of this game.
Yeah, and if I were Falcons, probably one of the biggest things I really want to take into consideration before I start a fight is Yue. Like the presence of Yue, and if Yue is still standing right after we try to go for an engage and we become unsuccessful in doing so. Because Yue also, aside from Kite, he has the Sky Piercer.
Yeah.
So just one mistake from Team Falcons and Yue freely using the Lantern Flares over everyone would cost them their lives.
flapTZ showing himself here, forcing Aurora to respond. They said Renegade to go for the man-to-man defense. Lord gets soft reset here, still standing. You're right. Yue here is such a linchpin of Aurora's strats here. They're respecting what he's putting out. He's the reason why they're not pushing out just yet. Oh, they spot flapTZ. 3 members trying to jump him. And that's 3 members isolated.
Yeah, they got the sprint out though. Few this time around is going to hold on to the beacon ultimate. So now with that, Rora's going to go ahead and start this up because Flap, now that he has no sprint, has got to be a little more careful with this. but they could still contest this as Few holds on to that Jushin ultimate. So Rora will respect that fact, and they're going to go ahead and just pull off of the Lord and not deal and push it in just yet.
Yeah, but the wave down bottom's
It's a pretty
really
big wave.
good for Aurora. So
they're
if
gonna
they
blitz.
don't take care of this, but hold on, is Aurora gonna burst this?
Lord down to a 10 to 16. Demon Knight secures it. Falcons already starting the fight in front of them. Falling Star Moon, in comes a stolen ult. Plus the pushback. UA with the Crimson Beacon. Down goes Flapteezy. Marco gets Edward on him. Double kill for DK. Kyle Deezy takes out Demon Kite. Oh no,
he's
but
gone.
Demon Kite gets everyone down to wipe out Rora. Take all of Falcons out.
A wipeout for Aurora is massive. Will they be able to go ahead and end this game as they get ready to walk into the base of Team Falcons?
This is more than enough. Owen will be back in a few seconds, but he can't do this alone.
That's it. The base has crumbled. We're going to game 3, Aurora. 1-1.
And that's what they needed right there for Aurora. And they did it in a quick manner, under 14 minutes for game 2.
If I were Kyle TZ,